Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, my dear students, to today's English lesson. What are we going to do in today's lesson? We are still in Unit 3, and today's lesson is going to be a writing lesson. Let's take a look. So, previously in the last homework, you were asked to do this. Let's take a look. So, you were asked to find the meaning of these words and use them in sentences. What are the words? I gave you two words. The first one is determination, and the second word is the word vision. Now, what is the meaning of determination? The quality of being determined, firmness of purpose. So, how can we use it in a sentence? Like this. This is an example, and you can come up with different examples. We will achieve the vision because we have determination. How about the second word, the word vision? What is the meaning of the word vision? Let's take a look. The ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. This is the meaning of the word vision. How can we use it in a sentence? We can use it like this, or you can come up with your own example. I have a vision for the future. I have plans, or I have things to do in the future. Now, that was for the homework, but how about today's lesson? Let's take a look. What are we going to do? So, we are done with all of these things in this unit. Now, today we have a writing lesson. Let's take a look. What are we going to do? What are the objectives? By the end of this lesson, you will be able to write about your dream job, use conjunctions and, but, and because, and you will differentiate between good and bad things in jobs. Let's take a look. So what I want you to do here is this. Write the job in the chart, write the good things in the job and the bad things in a job. For example, how about the job of a teacher? What are some of the good things in this job? Do you remember when Ross said he wanted to be a chemistry teacher? He said the good thing about it that he likes to do experiments and he loves teaching children. We can add this to the good side. But what is the bad thing about being a chemistry teacher? Like maybe it could be the chemicals are dangerous. The teacher must be very careful around these chemicals. Now, you are going to write the job, write the good things in the job, and write bad things about the job. So, use these notes so we can write a text about it later. Now let's take a look. So here we wrote about this job. The job is the engineer. What are some of the good things in being an engineer? So in the good side, we wrote it is exciting. And here the salary is good. These are good things. How about the bad things? We are writing notes here so we can write the text later. A lot of projects on one time. So sometimes engineers have a lot of projects on one time. The time is really short, or they don't have a lot of time to give for a project. And this, let's take a look. So it could be challenging. Some projects are easy, some projects are difficult. So sometimes it could be challenging for engineers to do their job. So how are we going to do this? We will use these notes to write. But I want to show you something here. When we want to write this text, let's try to use the conjunctions. We have three conjunctions. We will use and, but, and because. Let's take a look at the first one, the word and. When are we going to use the word and? We will use and to connect words and ideas which are similar. Similar, like what? Let's take a look at this one here. Guy specializes in living room and dining room furniture. Let's take a look here. I underlined the word living room and dining room. So living room and dining rooms are similar. We combined these two with the word and. We connected these two together. Living room and dining room. So let's take a look at the second one here. Engineers and graphic designers have interesting jobs. Engineers and graphic designers. Here we connected these two things, living room and dining rooms. Both of them are rooms. How about engineers and graphic designers? Engineers and graphic designers are jobs. We connected these two jobs because they are similar with the word and. How about the last one? Yusuf's company builds roads and bridges. Do you remember Yusuf, the engineer? So what did he do? His company is building roads and bridges. Roads and bridges are similar, things they can build. And we join these together with the word and. So we will use and to connect words and ideas which are similar. Let's take a look at the next one here. The word but. When are we going to use the word but? Is it just like the word and? Let's see. Use but to connect contrasting ideas, contrasting opposite ideas. Like what? Martin likes working on ships, but he doesn't like working every day of the week. So this is a thing he likes, and this is a thing he doesn't like. So we connected these two ideas in this sentence using the word but because it's contrasting ideas. He likes this, but he doesn't like this. Let's take a look at the next example here. He works in a furniture store, but he would like to develop his abilities. So these are contrasting ideas. Do you remember one of the salesperson? This is a salesperson. We saw his business card in the beginning of the unit. He works in a furniture store, but he would like to develop his abilities. He already have got a job. But what does he want to do next? He would like to develop his abilities. By what? Do you remember? He used to go to taking classes and going to college at night to develop his abilities. So these two are contrasting ideas connected with the word but. Now, I want you to think about an example with contrasting ideas. Use the word but. Like what? For example, I like sleeping, but I have to work. So can you think about another example? So we saw the word and the word but. What is the next word that we can use in a writing text? The word because. Because. We will use because to give a reason for something. Let's take a look at the example. Martin's job is very exciting because he travels over the world. So it is exciting. Why did we use here the word exciting? What is the reason? The reason is because he travels all over the world. Let's take a look at the next example here. Judy wants to be a child psychologist. Why? Because she likes to help young children with their problems. This is the reason. So this is how we are going to use the word because to give a reason. Now, I have the word and to combine and connect similar ideas. We have the word but to connect contrasting ideas. And we have the word because to connect, to give a reason for something. Exciting because of this. She wants to be a child psychologist because of this. Now, think about an example by yourself. I want you to give a reason for something. Like what? Okay, just like this one. Could be Judy wants to be a child psychologist because she's interested in psychology. This could be a reason, right? Now, let's take a look What do we have next here? I want you to write about your dream job. And when we write it, I want you to write about the good things and the bad things. Use notes that we used in the chart before. Do you remember the chart? We wrote the job, the good things, and the bad things. So, but what are we going to do here? I want you to use the words and, but, and because to write this text. Let's take a look. So before, the chart was about the engineer. This could be a dream job for someone. I want to be an engineer. I want to build roads and bridges in my country. I think it's going to be exciting but challenging. Challenging to work on projects. I want to be an engineer because my uncle is an engineer and he likes his job. Let's take a look at the words that we highlighted here. We highlighted the word and, but, because, and the last one is the word and. So how did we use it? I want to build roads and bridges. We connected roads and bridges with the word and because roads and bridges are similar. What about the next one here? I think it's going to be exciting but challenging. Exciting but challenging. It's contrasting ideas. And here, I want to be an engineer because my uncle is an engineer. This is the reason. Because my uncle is an engineer. And he likes his job. So we could connect these two things together. My uncle is an engineer and he likes his job. So this could be the reason here. My uncle is an engineer and he likes his job. Both of them are good things, similar things. We connected together with the word and. Now, let's read this text. And what does this person want to be? Want to underline the words or phrases that describe the good things, underline the good things, and we want to circle the words or phrases that describes the bad things. So, underline the good things, circle the bad things. Let's take a look here. This is the text. Now, I broke this text for you in two slides. Let's take a look. So we are going to start this text here. Listen.
I enjoy asking questions and I love writing stories. I want to be a newspaper journalist. Writing for a newspaper is a good job because it's fun and very exciting.
Now, let's take a look at the first part here in this text. This is the first part. Remember, underline the good things, circle the bad things in your book. Listen and let's do it.
I enjoy asking questions and I love writing stories. I want to be a newspaper journalist. Writing for a newspaper is a good job because it's fun and very exciting. Journalists often need to travel to new places to discover stories. They see a lot of the world and they meet new people every day.
So here in the text, you saw that we underlined some of the good things. Let's see, what are these things? So, this is about the job of the journalists. Journalists have an exciting job. Let's take a look. So, it is fun and very exciting. Fun and exciting. These are good things. Look, fun and exciting are connected with the word and because fun and exciting are similar. Good things. And also here, travel to new places. This is a good thing about being a journalist. What other thing you can see here? They see a lot of the world. Because they are traveling all over the place, they can see a lot of the world. Now, when you travel a lot, what do you see? You get to meet new people. This is also a good thing. Now, let's take a look at the next part here in the text. And remember, underline the good things, circle the bad things. Let's take a look. Listen and let's do it.
The bad side is that this job can be very stressful and difficult because journalists have a lot of deadlines. A person needs to be very smart to be a journalist. But I think it's a very interesting and satisfying job. This job is important for society because it gives people news about what is happening in our country and around the world.
Now, what did we circle here that we think it's a bad thing about being a journalist? It is stressful. We circled the word stressful. We also circled the word difficult. Being a journalist can be stressful and difficult. We combined these two with the word and because both of them are similar. It is exciting and fun, but it can also be stressful and difficult. And what else? Lot of deadlines. So that could cause stress for the journalists because they have a lot of deadlines. Is it the only thing about being a journalist that is bad? So these three things are the bad things we have here in the text. Now let's continue with this. It is interesting and satisfying job. But I think it's very interesting and satisfying. Look, the word interesting and satisfying, both of them are good things about being a journalist, and also connected with the word and, because both of them are similar. Now let's practice these words, and, but, and because. I'm not going to give you the answer here. I want you to think about it yourself. Let's take a look at the first one. I want you to give me a reason. I want you to find a similar idea, and I want you to find a contrasting idea. Let's read the first one here. Graphic designers have difficult job because, think about a reason. Because of the deadlines could be, right? They have a difficult job because they need to create new things, come up with new ideas. This could be difficult, right? Let's take a look at number 2. Martin's job is difficult because. Why? We also want a reason. His job is difficult because, could be because of the deadlines or because it's stressful. Can you think about another reason why his job is difficult? I want you to think about it. Let's take a look at the third one. Martin likes to work with the public, but he likes to work with the public. We have the word but. We want a contrasting idea. It could be, but he's a shy person, but he doesn't like to go every day. Could be a contrasting idea for this. I want you to think about a contrasting idea that contrasts with this, like to work in the public. Let's take a look at the fourth one. Judy works and what? We have the word and. So that means we need a similar word to works. She works and she studies. Could be she works and she cooks at the same time. She works and she what? I want you to think about a similar word to the word works. And don't forget, here we have an S to the word works. Do you remember in the grammar lesson when we talked about the simple present? We added S because we have Judy. The word Judy. It's just like the word she. It's a pronoun for she. Judy works and studies, cooks. She teaches. Think about another word that could be similar to the word works. Now, let's recap and let's remember, what did we do in today's lesson? We did these things. We wrote about the dream job. Do you remember about we had an example of the engineer, but I want you to do it yourself. Think about your dream job. What are the good things about your dream job? what could be possible bad things about your dream job. And we use the conjunctions and, but, and because. And is for what, but is for what, and because is for what. And is to connect similar ideas, fun and exciting. But is to connect contrasting ideas, like he likes to work in public, but he doesn't want to go out every day. These are contrasting ideas. The last one is the word because. Why are we going to use the word because? To give a reason. Judy wants to be a child psychologist because she likes working with children. This is a reason. What else did we do? We differentiated between good and bad things in a job. Could be fun, but stressful. Could be satisfying and have a lot of deadlines. So these could be good things and bad things in a job. I want you to think about your dream job and do the same. Try to fill the chart and write a text using these 3 words. And for your homework, what are you going to do? You will write about jobs of 2 people in your family and answer this question we have. What do they do? What is their job? Where do they work? And when do they work? Try to answer these 3 questions in, about jobs in your family. And thank you very much, my dear students. I will see you in the next English lesson.